What's up, everybody? Welcome back, my Chasing Green family. Thanks for joining me on another one here today. I want to talk to the weekend warriors, the guys who only get to get out, 2 days a week, sometimes even 1 day a week. I think I got a few things that could, help make those days more successful for you. So the first thing I want to do is get the obvious out of the way. If you're hunting public ground and you have any ability to pick what days you go out, I would definitely not go out on Saturday and Sunday. The difference between midweek and Saturday is daylight and dark on most public ground places. So I know most of you guys know that, but just in case you don't and you have vacation days and you can kind of pick what days you get to go, I would not go on the weekend. Now on private, it's a little bit different. I've actually seen it work in your favor hunting on private in the weekends, because a lot of guys have these private places and they just sit all week, and then everybody hunts on the weekend and they go and kind of bust the birds up. They get them moving around. So in some places that can actually work in your favor. Now that I got my Captain Obvious moment out of the way, let me tell you what I would try to do if I was confined to only hunting on the weekends or 2 days a week. I would try to find the hardcore duck hunters in my area and try to get in with them. They're out there every day. They hunted the past 2 days. They've had the ducks patterned. They're staying on top of them. And if you could get in with those guys, you would have such a leg up. I know some of you guys are like, well, Jake, I don't know how to get in with people. I've tried before. What I would say to that is that most guys are willing to help other duck hunters. If you come at it from a humble, kind point of view, just say, hey, I don't get to hunt much. I'm not really having much luck doing this myself. Is there any way, that I could tag along with you guys, or could you show me a thing or two? And most guys are more than willing to take new people. They welcome the opportunity. I know we do. If you do get to get in with a group of guys, set yourself apart, man. Add value to them. Be the first one ready to put their hands on something if work needs to be done. If something needs to be carried, if something needs to be moved, whatever it is, be the first guy. If you're only there hunting on the weekends, to be the first guy ready to work. Buy breakfast for everybody. Just do anything you can to say, hey guys, I'm bringing you value. You guys are putting me on the ducks. You guys are doing the scouting. You're getting on the X. I'll do whatever I can to play my part to help out. So keep that in mind. Just look for opportunities to make these guys say, hey, we like bringing this guy along. A lot of you guys out there who like to hunt solo, and I get that. There's something special about just being out there by yourself, but I'm telling you, in my opinion, duck hunting was not meant to be done alone. If you just add 1 or 2 guys to your team, think about it. You're doubling your equipment. You're doubling your decoys. You're doubling the spots that you know. You're doubling your ability to scout. If your goal is to actually get on successful duck hunts where you're getting good numbers of ducks, I just think you stand a much better chance in a group than you do by yourself most of the time. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. So that would be the first thing that I would do. That just kind of fits my personality, is I would try to get in with other guys and provide value where I can, and just kind of, feed off their success while adding as much value as I can to them. Another angle you could kind of look at, which we've done this before too, say you're already in a group of guys and you're still struggling, on public ground on the weekends. Well, I would possibly try to pull together and get a lease or get in a duck club. If you could hunt a place that's rested all week and only hunt it once a week on Saturday, or maybe 2 times a week if it's in a good spot. I personally like hunting public ground, but I don't know if I would hunt the same way if I could only hunt 1 or 2 days a week. I would probably try to have some private to at least give me the option that I could go scout, and if it's looking good, we go there. If not, we can go try the public places that we know. And you can still get places for cheap. You just have to kind of have that network like I was talking about. It's all about getting connected to the right person with the right place at the right price, and that can definitely be done. It just takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of calling. It takes a lot of just getting hooked up with the right person. You get 5, 6, 7, 8 of your buddies and you all put in, you can actually get some pretty good places. Or like I said, you could save up and try to get in a duck club, which we have a lot of here in my home state of Arkansas. I don't know how it is everywhere else, but now I already know some of you guys are like, Jake, that just doesn't fit my personality. I don't want to hunt with groups of people. I don't want to be in a duck club. I don't want to lease. If none of those options work for you or sound good to you, well, a third thing that I would kind of look at or would possibly do, depending on what state I'm in and kind of what the laws are. If I only got to hunt, 1 or 2 days a week, I would definitely go for the all-day approach. There would be times where I would just spend the morning scouting, especially in the states where you can ride around and see a lot from the truck. I'd just ride around till I found them and go out there at midday. That right there sets you apart on Saturday, because most people are going to be gone and back of the truck by 9 o'clock, or at least just stay longer than everybody else. Also, I would go to places that are going to have fewer ducks but fewer people. I would go to the more secluded places, the place to get the least amount of pressure and have fewer ducks that will actually do right than going to the chaos, you know, the main popular places on Saturday morning. You're asking for a bad day. Oh yeah. Man, love it. Now, can you go and have great days out there? Absolutely. But you're going to also have a lot of days that get absolutely ruined. You're going to try to get in the middle of 100 people. I'm just not going to do that. At least very rarely will I do that. Never say never in duck hunting. A lot of guys have a week or two of vacation they spend during duck season. Spend that going somewhere else. Take a duck trip. I mean, that's some of the most fun you'll ever have. Take a buddy or two or 4 or 5 and just go to a place you've never been and just enjoy the journey. Would you rather have 7 good days of duck hunting in a good place or 14 bad days where you don't see anything? I mean, the number one rule of any duck hunter is go where the ducks are. If there aren't any ducks where you are, you're gonna have a hard time killing ducks. So for you out there who have pretty good vacation lengths, I would definitely spend those going to places that have lots of ducks. And the more you take these trips to these places over the years, the more you're going to learn and the more successful you're going to be. It's just kind of like making an investment for the future. It's going to compound upon itself and you're just going to become better and better in that area. If you want to see some tips for public land duck hunting, click this video right here. If you want to see the strategies I use for duck decoys, click this video. Thanks for joining me. I love you, and Lord willing, I'll catch you next week at the same time right here on Chasing Green.
Call me the fool when she calls